Codonopsis is used as a lung tonic, a stress adaptogen, a breastfeeding tonic. It fights fatigue, diabetes, chronic illness, and weakness. It helps respiratory problems, liver disease. It boosts brain function. It helps the skin and the hair. Codonopsis pilosa, commonly known as Codonopsis, is a species of perennial flowering plants belonging to the Campanuliaceae bellflower family. It grows in meadows, forests, and shrubs. Woodland bonnet bellflower, poor man's ginseng are other names, and dangsheng is the popular name in traditional Chinese medicine. Codonopsis has a central role in Chinese herbal medicine as a gentle tonic that increases energy levels and helps the body to adapt to stress. It's supposed to be similar in action to ginseng, but it's milder and has a shorter lasting effect. It's given to those who find ginseng too strong a tonic, and it's used interchangeably with ginseng in some Chinese herbal formulas. Research has confirmed the ability of the Codonopsis to help to increase endurance to stress and to maintain alertness. It's no stranger to most Chinese, since the herb is a common ingredient in everyday recipes of soups and steamed dishes. It has many health benefits. It's used as a lung tonic, a breastfeeding tonic, used for diabetes, for respiratory problems, used to boost brain function, used as an adaptogen for stress. It fights fatigue. It helps chronic illness with weakness. It helps liver disease, and it helps the skin and the hair. In Chinese herbal medicine, Codonopsis is considered to tone the qi, the lungs, and the spleen. It improves vitality, and it helps to balance metabolic function. It's a gentle tonic remedy that helps to recover the system as a whole. Codonopsis is taken in particular for tired limbs, general fatigue, and for digestive problems such as appetite loss, vomiting, and diarrhea. It's beneficial in any chronic illness where spleen qi deficiency is a contributory factor. Codonopsis is given as a tonic to people who are stressed and have false fire symptoms, including tense neck muscles, headaches, irritability, and high blood pressure, and who find the tonic action of ginseng too strong. Codonopsis is supposedly more successful in reducing levels of adrenaline and therefore stress than ginseng. Codonopsis helps to relieve chronic cough, shortness of breath, and chronic excess phlegm of the lungs and the sinus. In cases of dryness and heat of the lungs, the Codonopsis has a moistening effect on the tissue. It also helps to ease asthma attacks by decreasing the production of hormones that cause constriction of the bronchial passages. The herb is taken regularly by nursing mothers in China to increase milk production and to build strong blood. The plant is one of the traditional Chinese medicinal herbs used in the treatment of diabetes and for reducing the complications that arise from diabetes. Research in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, traditional Chinese medicinal herbs, flashed abundant interest because they can be vital for treating severe chronic diseases like diabetes, while producing fewer side effects than most conventional medications. They also cost less and offer better patient tolerance than the pharmaceutical drugs, according to the study. It also lowers the blood glucose considerably. Codonopsis clears excessive mucus from the lungs, and it's useful for respiratory problems, including shortness of breath and asthma. Codonopsis helps protect against alcoholic fatty liver disease, according to research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's used to lower high blood pressure, which would show that it benefits the liver. Research shows that Codonopsis, when combined with ginkgo biloba, helps to enhance memory and learning better than using ginkgo biloba alone. Codonopsis builds blood, particularly the red blood cells and hemoglobin. Additionally, it cleanses the blood, providing for smooth, elastic, and radiant skin. It also expands blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. It's considered an adaptogenic herb due to its strengthening the body's ability to adapt to change, moderate stress, and to balance metabolic functions in the body. Possibly because of its immune-enhancing effects and its ability to boost blood supply, the Codonopsis has long been used to treat general fatigue, as well as illness that weakens the body like anemia. It's traditionally been used with extreme debility, weakness and wasting disorders, particularly where there's damage to the fluids of the body, demonstrating heat signs like fever and thirst. It fortifies the immune system and not only supports the immune functions in cancer patients, but also protects the cells in the body from the damaging effects of radiation. It's not been determined if the Codonopsis may cause drug-herb interactions with patients who are using chemotherapy. Codonopsis is an important herb in Chinese medicine. It's a gentle tonic that increases energy levels and helps the body to adapt to stress. The roots consist of saponins, triterpenes, and steroids. It's similar in action to ginseng. It's a sweet, warm, soothing herb that's taken as an energy tonic. It acts mainly on the spleen, the lungs, and the stomach, raising the secretion of bodily fluids and blood sugar levels, and it encourages the immune system. Research has shown that it increases hemoglobin and red blood cell levels and lowers the blood pressure. It also helps to increase endurance to stress and to promote alertness. Root and the whole plant are adaptogens. They're appetite stimulating, digestive, galactagogue, sialagogue, and stomachic and tonic. It's taken internally in the treatment of low energy, poor appetite and digestion, anemia, shallow breathing, and debility after an illness. It's often cooked with rice until it's glutinous, and it's used as a tonic food. The dried root is decocted with other herbs and used to treat a wide range of ailments. The roots of the plant, at least 3 years old, are harvested in the autumn, and these can be used fresh or dried. It acts mainly on the spleen, the lungs, and the stomach, raising the secretion of bodily fluids and blood sugar, lowering the blood pressure and stimulating the immune system. It's also thought to be helpful for diarrhea, vomiting, flatulence, and excessive stomach acid. Other ailments that have been treated with the Codonopsis are headache, when it's due to high blood pressure, muscle tension, or indigestion, chronic cough, and shortness of breath. The herb is considered to have blood-building properties and to be effective in reducing chronic fatigue syndrome. It's also used as a styptic agent in the case of uterine bleeding and excessive menstruation, and it's also been used as a herbal remedy for arthritis and other conditions of the muscles and the joints. Codonopsis remedies have been used in the treatment of asthma and cancer. The Codonopsis also increases stamina and endurance. Traditional Chinese medicine practitioners also suggest the Codonopsis remedies to relieve tension in the muscles as well as to aid in treating indigestion and related abdominal disorders. They've also been used in the treatment of autoimmune disorder known as lupus. The Codonopsis is used to treat peptic ulcers and other ulceration in the body, and as an astringent it's used to heal abundant uterine bleeding and also to treat rheumatic as well as other types of aching joints. A common dose of the Codonopsis is 6 to 15 grams when it's used in conjunction with other herbs in a decoction, an extract or a powder. If it's used on its own, the dose can be as high as 30 to 60 grams per day. It may cause dizziness. It should be avoided in individuals who have a known allergy or hypersensitivity to Codonopsis pollinosa. It may be used carefully in patients with bleeding disorders or who are taking anticoagulant or antiplatelet agents. It should be used cautiously in people who are taking laxatives or stool softeners or who have inflamed bowel or appendicitis. It should be used with care if also taking antacids or gastric reflux medication, as the Codonopsis can reduce gastric acid pepsin secretion, and it should be used cautiously in patients using oral medication, as the Codonopsis can prevent gastrointestinal movement. It should be avoided in women who are trying to become pregnant. Codonopsis may slow down blood clotting and increase the risk of bleeding, so people with bleeding disorders should avoid the herb. And because it can slow down blood clotting, you shouldn't use the herb on the run-up to any operation. For more information about herbs, supplements, or natural treatment plans, check out my website.